Now let's talk music. Two decades ago, Jerry built Eagle's Nest Recording Studio in the heart of the Rockies. Under the inspiration of this setting, he has recorded every imaginable style of music. That variety has carried over into his concert ministry as Jerry has obviously discovered the rare secret of connecting with people at both ends of the age spectrum simultaneously. A rather formidable challenge. Let's listen to some examples. Naturally, you'd expect to hear majestic traditional hymn arrangements like this one. Jerry has a very intuitive feel for jazz. Notice the fresh touch he gives to this 300-year-old hymn, Oh Happy Day. Jazz enthusiasts struggle for superlatives to describe this next medley of spirituals.
I'm just a poor, wayfaring stranger.
Jerry observes that no style has grabbed both young and old quite like jazz. Seamlessly, he slips into a tender, sensitive treatment of Jesus Paid It All. Maybe you've noticed another style that has captured the hearts of all ages in recent years. It's called Hebraic. It's the music of our spiritual ancestors, now very commonly used in praise and worship. Wow, if that doesn't ignite some kind of spark, as they say, your wood's probably wet. Classical music, for some people, is a true worship experience. Jerry usually includes at least a touch of classical, often interwoven with a familiar hymn. While some may have the misconception that classical music is too heavy for most audiences, crowds around the country and the world tell a very different story. Having played this Tchaikovsky concerto on every continent, the response is universal. The key is selecting the more recognized classics, classics that the masses can connect with. Jerry adamantly resists the temptation to do cookie-cutter concerts. Why? Because every church is unique, with different issues and challenges. Once Jerry gets a sense of the culture, musical tastes, and demographics of a setting, he can prayerfully develop a flow that fits that unique audience. This flexibility allows him to bend his repertoire, sometimes in the direction of classics. While at other times leaning more toward hymns or jazz. For others, country and gospel is their cup of tea. Once while playing to a secular crowd in a Congo soccer stadium, Jerry sensed the intense anti-American sentiment. So he pulled out this upside-down country rendition to see if it might break the ice. Did it ever? In fact, it's what finally opened the door for sharing the gospel in Lubumbashi. Perhaps the most effective tool Jerry uses for capturing a broad audience is his use of video. No longer a rush for those few seats with a look at the keyboard. Now everyone enjoys the view as Jerry plays in sync with the keyboard on the big screen. At times you'll even feel like you're sitting in the middle of the orchestra. These close-ups are further enhanced by stunning videography from all around the world.